everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about, yes, I'm getting straight to the point. I'm going to be talking about what most nurses dream about. Working from home. And guess what? I got the golden ticket and I currently work from home. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, completely transparent, because this is what my channel is about, working from home is not always what it's cracked up to be. So in this video, I am going to talk about the pros, the cons, why it works for me, who do I think it would work the best for, and just other points that I think that you should definitely think about, reflect on before you leave your hospital and decide to fully commit to remote nursing. Also, because this is YouTube, if you like this video and you want to see more of it, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up to let everybody know that this video was the best you've ever had. Every job working from home is different, is structured different. So I'm going to speak on my experience on the way that my job is structured, the restrictions that I have with my job. But please keep in mind that some work from home nursing jobs are a lot more restrictive than what I am describing. Working from home comes with a lot of flexibility. I decide when I can have my breaks, how I can structure my calls, and basically I create my schedule to a certain degree. And the reason that I say to a certain degree, so I start my day at 8 a.m. I get on a Teams call, and from there I stay on Zoom calls back to back until I would say 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Then after 10 o'clock, I'm pretty much free to structure my day. In that day though, sometimes I will have intermittent Teams meetings that I do have to show up for. The beauty of this job though is that I do not have to show up on camera, which is really nice. So as long as I am logged into my phone, I am good to go. Now, I do know that there are some work from home jobs that you do have to show up on camera. You need to be on camera for most of the day, first thing in the morning. So that is just something you may want to keep in mind. As with working from home, you can sort of schedule your day based on how your energy level is. I get my peak energy in the evening time. And I think that comes from being a night nurse for the duration of my entire nursing career. And it is right now, can you guys see that? It is 10:13 and this is when I feel my peak productivity, hence why I'm recording this video. Some people are morning people. So they get up first thing in the morning, they get their job done, they knock out their daily tasks, and that is their peak productivity. I personally do all my calls during the day, and you can find me 10, 11, 12 o'clock charting. A lot of these jobs, as long as the work gets done, they really do not care how and when you get it done. Commute free. Listen, saving money on gas. When I worked in the hospital, I currently live in the outskirts of Atlanta, and it would take me anywhere between an hour to an hour and a half to get to work in the city. And working from home, do you know how long it takes me to get to my office? I think about 15 seconds from my bedroom to my office. That is the length of my commute. And let me tell you, that is absolutely amazing. I have saved mileage on my car. I don't have to pay for gas as much, even though I do drive a hybrid. But not having that commute, that frustration, I lower my risk of getting into a car accident. Hello? No commute. And I know for a lot of people, depending on where you live, just knowing that you do not have to commute to work is enough for them to be like, yo, sign me up. Where do I apply for this job? So yeah, I don't have a commute. Comfort and customization. I wish I could show you, but I may get in trouble on YouTube, but your girl is out here not wearing scrub pants, okay? This is just for show. All you need to know is here and now, okay? I can get up and work in my pajama pants, and who's gonna check me? I don't have to wear scrubs, I don't have to iron them, I don't have to wash them. I can literally be in my pajamas, in my t-shirt, in front of my computer, getting the job done. In my fuzzy slippers, and my fuzzy socks. Come on now. With working from home, in all seriousness, you really can cultivate a workspace area that you feel like puts you at peak working potential. It's not sterile, it's not loud. I can play my music as loud or as soft as I want to be. I can have ambient lighting. I can zen out and really get the job done. Work-life balance. At my big old age, work-life balance is peak priority for me. I just feel like there was a time where I could knock out working 30 days straight in the hospital. Actually, that was a time, and I did work 28 days straight at a hospital. And now to me, work-life balance is what's most important. I want to work to live, not live to work. Is that how you say it? Yes, that is exactly how you say it. I want my job to just be enough to pay me to live a lifestyle that I want. I do not want my life to be defined by my job. I do not want to spend 30, 40, 50% of my life working. I can work from home and in between calls do my laundry. I can go to the grocery store on my lunch break. I can take, if I had kids, to school. We all should be working to live, not living to work. And if you have that luxury, I know that's not everybody's reality, but if you are granted that opportunity, please take it. We are nurses. We know life is too short for you to be enslaved to your job. So now that I've made it so where you have gotten to the point where you're just like, girl, where do I sign up? I need to work from home. Like, what? Stop gatekeeping. It is not all it's cracked up to be. The number one thing that I could think of straight off the top of my head, at least for me, working from home, transitioning to that from working in a hospital, there is no overtime. I have a set pay rate, and if I'm going to be completely honest with you and transparent again, what I get paid working from home is nowhere close to what I used to make in the hospital. And I also want you to keep in mind, I worked as a travel nurse. So working as a travel nurse, I was already making more than what a staff nurse makes. Your girl was so used to being on the, okay, I have this expense coming up, let me knock out these 2 extra shifts. Let me do this. Okay, I want to buy this, so I'm going to work this many extra hours. Like, you cannot do that with working from home. And in addition to that, with working from home, at least with my job, I am a contracted employee, so I'm responsible for my own taxes. So that is a big thing. One of the things that I know that we love as nurses, at least I can speak for myself, is the ability to clock out and turn it off. Once I clock out of that job, when I was in the hospital, I'm not thinking about patient X, Y, and Z. Well, working from home, I find myself constantly working all the time. Even on my days off, I'm checking my emails at 10 o'clock. I'm getting emails at 10 o'clock. I'm wanting to answer them. Even on the weekends. It's like sometimes you can get so lost in the job that you just find yourself working more than the 40 hours that you were contracted. Distractions. If you have some type of ADD, you should not be working from home because little things distract you. I have pets. I have 2 dogs, and I will be charting and all of a sudden they'll start barking. They'll see the mailman drive by or an Amazon package or something, or they'll just want to be around me, or I have to feed them or walk them. And then next thing you know, I just get super distracted. So if you are, or I get a text and there's nobody sitting there saying, get off your phone, I need you, you can get distracted. Work that would normally take you an hour or 2 may end up taking you a lot longer because of all these outside distractions. Overworking. Yes. Overworking is something that can happen when you work from home, as I mentioned before, because there is no boundaries. You constantly just feel the need to be working, and it's just so easy for me to pick up my phone and just answer emails. And I do not have 2 separate phones, so my personal phone is where all of my work emails come through. So I find myself just answering stuff throughout random times of the day. And then also I'll find myself being like, oh my goodness, I forgot to send that email. And then I'll send it, not waiting till the next day, or trying to catch up on things from the day before, or trying to get ahead from the day after. Like, it can just, like I said, again, it could just blur the lines between work and home. It's not that stringent when I'm in the hospital. Like, I'm not charting at home in the hospital. Like, I don't even have access to that. But I know if I did, I probably would, because I would forget to chart the patient's urine output. And you know what I mean? So working from home, you don't have that. So with that being said, if you are somebody who does plan to work from home, or you do want to work from home, this is just some quick advice that I would give you regarding what has helped me, what I feel like if you are interested, what you should do so that you can make your work from home experience better. You gotta set a routine. You gotta set a routine. Are you going to get up at a certain time, take your calls, work straight through, take a 3-4 hour break and come back to it? If you are scattered all over the place, your life will become so disorganized. Your job will either suffer or your work will suffer. You're either going to spend way too much time doing everything else but your job, or you're going to be spending so much time doing your job that it's going to feel like you're working all the time. So you have to set specific time frames of when I'm working and when I'm off the clock. and you got to do it for yourself. Design a workplace. Your workplace should not be the couch. Your workplace should not be in the vicinity where others are constantly coming in and out traffic. If you do not have a designated workplace already in your house, in your apartment, wherever you are, create one. For me, I am very fortunate that I have a whole entire room that I designed as my workplace. I bought the comfy chair, I sure did. I even got a monitor, I have quiet, I have my Zen music that I play up here. Like, this is my workplace. When I come in here, I know it is time to work. That's actually why I am going to be filming my YouTube videos in here, because to me, YouTube is now going to become my work. I am going to be dedicated to it. So when I come in here mentally, this is my workplace. Not the couch, not my bed, not the foyer. This is my designated workplace. I know I mentioned in the beginning of this that sometimes I like to come to work in my pajamas. And that is true. And I will say that I do find that that is not always the most productive attire to be in when I'm trying to get work done. So I try to do a little bit of getting dressed. I make sure I get up in the morning and I shower. I make sure I brush my teeth. I make sure I bring a cup of coffee or an energy drink or water, whatever it is, just so that I can feel like I am a professional. I need to get this work done. Like, this is not me lounging and just like, you know what I mean? I'll even put on my cute glasses sometimes just so I can really feel like I'm working. But dress it, and then your whole mindset and your body will change, and you can just tackle what you gotta tackle on. Take breaks. Take intentional breaks. And the other thing with breaks is you also have to set the time. Do not be like, I'm just gonna go take a break and like 4 or 5 hours later come back to the work. If you are structured and you need to take a break, set a timer. Like, I'm gonna be on break for 1 hour and I'm coming back and I'm getting this work done. Period. And last but not least, stay connected. Now, this may or may not be a challenge for some people. If you live alone, this may be one of the things that you definitely need to focus on, which is staying connected. When you're in the hospital, you are interacting with your coworkers, you're interacting with patients, you're having that human connection. But depending on how isolated you are within your workspace, like for me, I have Teams meetings, so I'm not fully remote. Like, I still have to call and I have to call patients all day. So I don't even have the kind of job where I'm just reviewing charts. I'm calling patients all day. I'm having Teams meetings. I'm calling my coworkers for assistance, being like, hey, can you help me with this? So I personally am constantly interacting with people. But if you're in one of the remote jobs where you're basically off on your own, doing your own thing, either reviewing charts or just going through things, not really speaking, then you may lose that social interaction. And it's very important for you to find your way back to that, because that is essential to your mental health, your well-being, and eventually it will catch up to you. Trust me, there's studies on this. I didn't personally do those studies, but I know there are studies about that. If you've been considering it, I really hope this video gives you some perspectives, give you some insight. If you're somebody who is currently working from home and you're struggling a little bit, I hope that this video kind of gave you some pointers, some advice, some things that you may not have even thought that you were struggling with, or something that you feel like you can improve on. But overall, I just hope that this video has helped you out a lot. So now let's talk about what we're gonna leave in the comments, because we all know a great video on YouTube is not shared if it is not for the comments and the likes. So I want to know, if you're somebody that works from home, tell me what it is that you absolutely love, or tell me what is it that you absolutely dislike about working from home. Because one thing about me, I love and appreciate a well-rounded perspective. There is nothing in this world that's going to be 100%. There is no job that is 100% perfect, because guess what? Then it wouldn't be a job. Then we would just be lounging, living our best life. And even lounging is not 100%, because if you lounge all day, you're going to end up gaining weight and being unhealthy. So with that being said, let's share what we like and what we don't like, the pros and the cons. And if you do have a challenge from working from home, what have you done in order to overcome that challenge? And I guess I should be the first one to answer. I will honestly say that the biggest challenge for me with working from home was living on a fixed income. I have never lived on a fixed income, and it has been very hard. So what did I have to do? I had to get a second job. But not a second job that is taking away from me working from home. I learned how to balance my finances with what I'm making now, and now I work PRN, probably 1 day a week at the hospital. It helps me keep my skills up. It keeps the door open if I ever want to go do bedside. And it also gives me an opportunity to wear my scrubs, get out the house. It's just a really good, again, work-life balance. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching the duration of my video, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye.